오늘 레이첼 씨의 이야기 속에 나왔던 질병 이름이 바로 댕게 피버였잖아요. 그래서 피버 이야기를 조금만 해보면 어떨까요?
Sounds like a great idea. So, fever.
Fever 하면 열인데 So basically there are a couple ways that you can say that you 열이 있다. So one expression is
Have a fever.
have a fever.
Have a fever.
이게 가장 기본적인 거죠.
Yep, that's the one that we use most of the time.
So can you also modify fever? Like can you say you have a 열이 많이 난다.
You can say, I have a high fever.
High fever.
I have a high fever. Or you can say, you have a temperature. I know you're probably like, that sounds weird, a temperature. But if you say, he has a temperature, that means, oh, okay, we understand he has a fever.
그런데 이상하긴 해요.
It's weird
Temperature.
when you
여러분.
think about it,
네.
but we say that.
온도잖아요, 온도. Temperature. T-E-M-P-E-R-A-T-U-R-E. Temperature. 그냥 temperature를 재는 거 온도계. 그냥 그 기온, air temperature, 기온. 그런데 temperature가 있다고 하면 he has a temperature. 원래 체온이 있지만
Right.
body temperature 뭐 36점
Of course.
뭐 몇 도 이렇게 있지만 그 뭐 문제가 되지 않을 때에는 체온을 이야기하지 않잖아요.
Right.
You have a temperature, I have a temperature 하면은 I have a fever란 뜻이고 그러면 fever 다시 정리하자면 fever가 있는데 열이 높아요. 그러면 high fever.
High fever.
Do you say bad or terrible fever?
Yeah, you can say, oh, I had a terrible fever. Then we understand, okay, you know, it was really bad. But in general, we would say terrible cold or I was terribly sick. And you really wouldn't say terrible about a fever.
Okay.
Because it can really only be high.
그렇죠.
And you have a fever because you have some type of cold or, you know, sickness.
맞아요. 그래서 그 경험 자체가 terrible 할 수 있겠지만 열이 아주 높다라고 할 때 정도를 가리킬 때는 high를 써주시고 또 have a fever하고 대체할 수 있는 표현이 뭐가 있죠?
All right, you can say run a fever.
네.
Run a fever.
Run a fever. So we're not talking about hot summer day marathons.
No, we're not.
네.
We're saying if you are running a fever, it means that you have a fever.
똑같은 말이에요.
Yeah, or you can be running a temperature as well. Maybe
그러면
it's a southern thing.
네.
Running a temperature.
열이 있다라는 표현 벌써 네 가지 아시는 거예요. Have a
Have a
fever,
fever. Have a high fever.
have a temperature.
Oh yeah.
네.
Have a temperature
Run a fever,
or run a temperature.
run a temperature. 네 가지 표현이 있고요. Let's talk about some other types of fevers.
Some other types of fevers are spring fever.
네.
Spring fever.
Spring fever. Spring
Yes.
fever는 네. 저는 개인적으로 많이 안 겪는 건데 Do you have spring fever?
Yes, I do.
네.
All the time. So I actually learned that Korean word 충곤증 because of that. That's how I know.
충곤증
Spring fever.
봄의 열병이라고 해서 spring fever 많이 이야기하고요. 그리고
Cabin fever. Cabin fever.
cabin fever는 실제로 열이 나는지는 모르겠어요. 그렇지만 초조함이라든지 밀실 공포증 When you're in a cabin,
Yep.
you feel like you have a fever.
Have a fever, yeah. That and just the feeling that you're inside of closed quarters for so long. Sometimes we use it like if someone's been like inside of a room too long, you're
That's
like, I
right.
need to get out.
네. Of course, there's a longer word, claustrophobia.
Claustrophobia, yeah.
그렇지만 claustrophobia가 너무 길기 때문에 그냥 cabin
cabin
fever라고
fever.
표현합니다. 자, 그러면 오늘의 핵심 표현 다시 한번 정리해 보겠습니다.
All right. This is definitely the happiest I've ever been. This is definitely the happiest I've ever been.
단연코 지금만큼 행복했던 적이 없었던 것 같아요. 이 문장을 가지고 오늘 공부를 시작했었죠. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's episode of EBSe 생활영어.
Sure does. Thanks for studying here with us today. We're going to teach you even more useful expressions next time.
저희는 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. See you next time and thank you.
Don't you wanna be